So for today's number talk, we are visiting a grade 2 classroom, and it's towards the end of the year. So these students have been doing a lot of addition number talks. Today we're doing a subtraction number talk. The focus of this talk is from the Common Core goal to fluently add and subtract within 100 using strategies based on place value, properties of operations, and the relationship between addition and subtraction. This will be 2-digit subtraction. Well, I am starting with the problem 40 minus 19, and I am anticipating that besides using place value and the relationship between addition and subtraction, some students might use properties of operations. What that might mean is that instead of subtracting 19, which is challenging, some students might decide to subtract 20 and then compensate. So I chose this number talk and then this string of problems to try to elicit that student response. We'll see if it happens or not. So I noticed that the students were really familiar with number talks routines and ready to engage in the learning activity. As I anticipated, some of them were ready to use compensation, and others use other strategies such as place value strategies and using a number line model to think about the inverse between addition and subtraction.
First, I get 1 from somewhere, and I add 1 to 19.
The child who decided to use compensation wasn't ready to explain his thinking in depth, but he knew how it worked. So he knew to be able to say that 40 minus 20 would be 20, so 40 minus 19 would be 21. But you may not have heard in the recording that he said, I got a 1 from somewhere. And when I asked him a little bit, what do you mean somewhere? He just said, somewhere. So that wasn't the right opportunity to press him on that. That would be a great opportunity for conferring later. Well, we have one answer to the problem. We're going to have to show our thinking. All right? Could we have a lot of different ways to think about it?
Yes.
Yes. All right. You did it on a number line in your head. So what does your number line look like? Can you tell me what the picture could be? I remember asking some students about how to draw the number line. I didn't make assumptions about how they would draw the number line. So it was important to let students decide where to put their numbers and to tell me what number to put on the right and what number to put on the left. And that actually opened it up for 2 different number line approaches, which wouldn't have happened if I fixed the numbers myself. Does this represent your thinking?
Yes.
All right. One more way. I'll bet we have at least one more way to show our thinking.
And then I plus 1.
You come up by 1. Where do you end up?
20.
Okay, now what?
And plus 20 equals 40. 20 plus 1 equals 21.
Okay, so you are thinking to yourself, if I know 19 plus something equals 40, you found the something. Anyone have a different answer?
20 plus 3.
Okay, thank you.
And then I split the 3 from 23 by 2 plus 1.
I think the lesson really did meet the goals. Students showed a variety of strategies and a lot of different thinking. You haven't shared yet? Tell me.
I thought number line.
You thought number line. Okay. As a teacher executing that lesson, one of the important points was to make sure that there was balanced participation. And I would probably go ahead with another very similar number talk in a following day to let some of the same ideas come forward and to let students get used to them. I think a really cool and engaging next step for this group would be to have the opportunity to see some of these strategies written and then critique that work and try to explain someone else's thinking. So it would be a little bit of the student doing the teacher work of asking, is this your thinking and am I seeing it correctly? I think that would help them build on their practice standard of critiquing the reasoning of others.